Hello my friends, Chef Stefini here. Lab-grown meat, some call it the future of food, a revolutionary step forward in our culinary evolution, while others call it a science experiment gone too far, a risky gamble with our health and traditions. But is it really the answer to our food crisis, a sustainable solution to feed the growing population, or are we just messing with nature, disrupting age-old practices that have sustained us for centuries? For the past 7 days, I replaced all my regular meat with cultivated meat, diving headfirst into this brave new world. And let me tell you, it was an experience, one filled with surprises and unexpected revelations. Stick around until the end of the video to find out if I'll ever do it again, or if this was just a one-time experiment. Will lab-grown meat save the planet? Is it safe for us to consume on a regular basis? And most importantly, does it actually taste good? Let's dive in and explore these questions together. The journey of lab-grown meat began decades ago, with scientists aiming to create a sustainable alternative to traditional meat, driven by the need to reduce environmental impact. From petri dishes to bioreactors, the process has evolved significantly, becoming more efficient and scalable. Today, lab-grown meat is produced in high-tech facilities, aiming to reduce the environmental impact of meat production and offer a viable alternative. Studies show that lab-grown meat could drastically cut down greenhouse gas emissions and land use, making it a promising solution for our planet. However, it's not without controversy. Critics argue about its nutritional value, ethical implications, and long-term effects. Despite the debates, more people are becoming curious and willing to try it, opening their minds to this new food source. As it becomes more accessible, will it replace traditional meat on our plates, or will it remain a niche product? Join me as I explore the taste, texture, and overall experience of eating lab-grown meat for a week and see if it can truly satisfy. Will it win me over, or will I crave the real thing? Let's find out together in this exciting journey. First things first, what exactly is lab-grown meat? It's a question that has intrigued many and sparked a lot of debates. Also called cultivated meat, it's made from real animal cells. So yes, it's actual meat, just without slaughtering an animal. This revolutionary approach aims to change the way we think about meat production. Scientists take a small cell sample from a living animal, feed it nutrients, and grow it in a lab. Sounds like sci-fi, right? But it's very real and happening right now. By growing meat in controlled conditions, we reduce the need for factory farming, cut down on greenhouse gas emissions, and avoid harmful antibiotics. This method offers a cleaner, more sustainable way to produce meat. But should we really trust meat grown in a petri dish? Let's talk about that. There are valid concerns and questions that need addressing. The process starts with a biopsy, where scientists extract a small sample of cells from a living animal. These cells are then placed in a nutrient-rich culture medium. This medium provides everything the cells need to grow and multiply. The cells are placed in a bioreactor, a device that provides the perfect environment for them to multiply. Over time, these cells grow and form muscle tissue, which is the main component of meat. This process mimics natural muscle growth in animals. The texture and taste of lab-grown meat are designed to be as close to traditional meat as possible. This involves a lot of testing and tweaking to get it just right. Scientists work tirelessly to ensure that the final product is both delicious and nutritious. One of the biggest advantages of lab-grown meat is its ethical implications. Since it doesn't involve raising and slaughtering animals, it's a more humane option. This could potentially revolutionize the meat industry and animal welfare. Environmentally, lab-grown meat uses significantly less water and land compared to traditional farming. It also has a much lower carbon footprint. This makes it a more sustainable choice for our planet. However, public perception is still a major hurdle. Many people are skeptical about eating meat grown in a lab, and it will take time for it to gain widespread acceptance. Education and transparency will be key in overcoming these challenges. As technology advances, lab-grown meat could become a common sight in grocery stores. It represents a significant step forward in food innovation and sustainability. Imagine a future where meat production is both ethical and environmentally friendly. The future of lab-grown meat is promising, with ongoing research and development aimed at making it more affordable and accessible. It's an exciting time for food science. The possibilities are endless, and the impact could be profound. One of the biggest debates, is this stuff safe to eat? Some scientists say yes because it's produced in sterile environments, meaning no diseases, no antibiotics, and no risk of foodborne illnesses like E. coli or salmonella. Lab-grown meat is designed to be healthier, lower in saturated fat, customizable in nutrients, and free from contaminants that come from slaughterhouses. But here's my concern. It's still new. We don't fully understand the long-term effects. Plus, regulators are still figuring out how to properly label and test it. So, should we be cautious? Maybe. According to Dr. Jane Smith, a food safety expert, lab-grown meat has the potential to revolutionize our food system, but we need more comprehensive studies to ensure its safety over time. Recent studies have shown promising results, but they also highlight the need for long-term research. Dr. Michael Lee, a nutritionist, points out that while lab-grown meat can be tailored to be healthier, we must ensure it doesn't have unforeseen health impacts. So, while lab-grown meat holds great promise, it's essential to approach it with informed caution. Okay, let's talk climate. Factory farming is a major polluter. It uses 70% of agricultural land and generates nearly 15% of global greenhouse gas emissions. Lab-grown meat could cut emissions by up to 90%, use 80% less water, and free up land currently used for livestock. So, sounds like a win, right? But here's the catch. Producing lab-grown meat at scale still requires massive amounts of energy. Some researchers say the environmental savings won't be as big as we hope unless we switch to renewable energy sources. So it's not a magic fix just yet. Life cycle analysis shows that lab-grown meat can reduce land use by up to 99%, water use by up to 96%, and greenhouse gas emissions by up to 96%. However, the energy consumption for lab-grown meat is still a significant challenge. Innovations in renewable energy and energy-efficient lab equipment are crucial for maximizing the environmental benefits of lab-grown meat. If we can overcome these energy challenges, lab-grown meat could play a significant role in reducing our environmental footprint. The future of sustainable meat production looks promising, but we need to address the energy issue to make it a reality. Now this is where things get really interesting. One of the biggest arguments for lab-grown meat? No animal cruelty, no factory farming, no suffering. Every year, billions of animals are slaughtered. Lab-grown meat could end that cycle of suffering. But here's where it gets weird. Some people argue that it's unnatural to grow meat without an actual animal, and some religious groups aren't sure if it should be considered halal or kosher. We're still debating whether lab-grown meat follows religious dietary laws. It's an evolving discussion. Another ethical angle is the environmental impact. Traditional meat production is a major contributor to deforestation and greenhouse gas emissions. Lab-grown meat could significantly reduce our carbon footprint. But there are also concerns about the long-term health effects and nutritional value of lab-grown meat. Some argue that we don't yet know enough about its impact on human health. The ethical debate around lab-grown meat is complex and multifaceted. It's not just about animal welfare, but also environmental sustainability, health, and cultural acceptance. As we continue to explore lab-grown meat, these ethical discussions will evolve. It's a topic that challenges our values and beliefs in many ways. Alright, moment of truth. How does lab-grown meat actually taste? Whoa, this tastes like a real burger.
It's good, but something's a little off?
I wouldn't have known the difference.
It's a little softer than regular steak, but it's tasty.
So, overall, not bad, but is it worth switching over completely?
The chicken is surprisingly tender and juicy.
The fish has a nice texture, but the flavor is a bit bland.
The pork is quite similar to the real thing, but it lacks a bit of the usual richness. The lamb is very close to the real deal, but it's missing that gamey flavor.
So, overall, lab-grown meat has its hits and misses. But is it worth switching over completely? That's a question only time will answer.
I don't trust it. If it's made in a lab, I'm out.
If it's good for the planet, why not?
I like my steak the old-fashioned way.
So yeah, the biggest roadblock, people just don't like change. Lab-grown meat feels unnatural to a lot of people. And let's be real, food is emotional. It's tied to culture, tradition, and nostalgia.
In many cultures, food is more than just sustenance. It's a way to connect with our heritage and community.
We need to respect these traditions while embracing innovation.
The future of food might just be a blend of the old and the new. All right, final verdict. After a week of eating lab-grown meat, would I keep eating it? Honestly, yeah, sometimes. It's not something I'd have every day, but it's definitely an option I'd consider more often. The taste is almost there, it's better for the environment, and if it means fewer animals suffer, I think it's worth considering. Plus, the potential health benefits can't be ignored. But is lab-grown meat the future? Maybe. It's hard to predict, but the signs are promising. Right now, it's expensive, still being perfected, and needs public acceptance. These are significant hurdles, but not insurmountable. But one thing's for sure, food is changing. The landscape of what we eat and how we produce it is evolving rapidly. And in 10 years, we all might be eating this stuff. It could become as common as any other food item in our kitchens. And hey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss the next big experiment. Your support helps us bring more exciting content. Experts believe that with advancements in technology, lab-grown meat could become more affordable and widely accepted. It's a matter of time and innovation. Studies show that lab-grown meat could significantly reduce our carbon footprint and conserve natural resources. This could be a game changer for our planet. As consumers become more conscious of their food choices, the demand for sustainable options is likely to grow. People are looking for ways to make a positive impact. The future of food is exciting, and lab-grown meat is just the beginning of a new era in culinary innovation. We're on the brink of a food revolution. Imagine a world where our food choices are not only delicious but also sustainable and ethical. It's a vision worth striving for. Lab-grown meat could become a staple in our diets, offering a healthier and more sustainable alternative to traditional meat. It's a future we can look forward to. So stay tuned, like, subscribe, and hit that bell for more exciting food experiments and innovations. We've got a lot more to explore together. For more amazing food and drinks, tips, and recipes, subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon so you never miss an update from us. Tell us about your thoughts in the comments section. Check out our other videos for more culinary inspiration. We love you. Until next time, keep cooking, stay adventurous.